Howdy. It's your old pal Jay. Welcome to episode 2 of Sing, Strum, and Ramble. What I was just playing was a piece of music that Due South fans will recognize, and it's called cabin music. It was a really simple, open chord, atmospheric piece of music that I demoed. By demoing, I mean I recorded a kind of a rough version of that, which was able to demonstrate the musical ideas that I might have for score music for the TV show Due South, by score being the background music, enhancing the scene that you're seeing on the video or the film. And it was a scene where the Mountie, Fraser, Paul Gross, was walking along in the piece of film that I did this on top of, and he was investigating. And he's investigating for clues up north for his father's murderer. And anyway, that was one of the first real moments when I did the demos for Due South, for the score music, that really didn't have lyrics. And I'm certainly not a virtuoso guitar player, and I found I just let myself get lost in my subconscious into whatever was going on the screen. And because I was put in a position where I thought, well, I need to do something. I'm not an experienced expert at doing this. So what I came up with was a very simple idea, which was just the using a very crispy kind of guitar sound with the acoustic. And then I added a harmonica on top of it and a couple other elements, and had a pretty campfire kind of vibe. Anyway, it became known as a piece called Cabin Music on the Due South soundtracks. And I was thinking earlier today about how the simplest little things can cause some of the most incredible things to happen. And really, that, speaking with Paul Haggis, who was the producer and creator of the TV show Due South, he basically told me that that piece of music is what hooked him into having me become one of the composers on Due South. And I was completely inexperienced at doing that. I really had no knowledge of that, but that piece of music got Paul interested enough that he really wanted me to work on the show. And I hooked up with John McCarthy and Jack Lenz, and we ended up being the composing trio for Due South for this pilot movie originally, and then from then into the series. And it was really such a simple thing and such a simple piece of music, but it's the atmosphere that really carried it. And as I was saying, I was driving along earlier today, and I was thinking about how the littlest things can lead to things that can grow into things that are much, much bigger. And whether that is in a relationship, whether that's a piece of music, no matter what that is in your life. And the thing that I'm learning still from day to day, and more because I'm more aware than I was before. I have a much clearer brain than I think I've ever had in many ways, although I forget more than I ever did. But yeah, I'm getting all serious and stuff on you here. But what I'm saying is, when you let your gut speak to you and you let your intuition show up, things will come out of you that you never thought would. And that's when the most honest things occur. That's what's happened with me. And I love talking about the subconscious and songwriting and creativity, and I'm going to be talking about that further. And there's a lot of cool books on it, and there's a red light in here, and it's late at night, and I just thought for episode 2 we'd kind of go back to the campfire. So stay tuned for episode 3, and we will conduct our discussion on the subconscious.